Hey posers, welcome to Grumpy Cheeto's 5th ever Triple Threat Thought. We're going to be talking about 3 subjects today. 1 being how The Miz should cash in his Money in the Bank, in my opinion. 2 is going to be John Cena's new movie. And 3 is going to be Smackdown versus Raw, the video game. I'm just going to kind of talk about my thoughts on it. First subject is, let's start off with Smackdown versus Raw. I'm going to go reverse order this time. You know, I've been a long time fan of Smackdown games. This is their, I think, 12th. I think it's their 12th game. The 2011 edition. They've been solid games for a long time. I really like them. But my favorite of all has been Smackdown vs. Raw 2008. I'm a big fan of the general manager mode. I like it where you can plan out your own night of Raw, Smackdown, ECW. I liked being able to plan the matches, and there were some little things about it that I would change. Like, you know, I was playing as ECW, and you can't have ECW Extreme Rules matches. It didn't make any sense. But, you know, every day, every calendar day, you could, like, take a superstar and you could improve his fan base by, like, having a website interview, having a run into another show if there was another show going on. And there was a fatigue level. So what would happen is, if as you do things for these superstars, their fan base would increase, but their superstar rating would increase, but their fatigue would go up. So they're more likely for injuries. And same goes with matches during, like, your once a week show. If they were in a match for, like if they were in a ladder match, their fatigue would go up a lot more than if they were in just a plain old singles match. And if they won that match, then their superstar rating would go up, the loser would go down. You have to manage it very well. Plus, there's a morale. It was a very intricate system, and I really liked it. The morale system was like, you had to, your top contenders, you had to give them title shots every now and then, otherwise they would leave you and go to another brand. It was actually really funny. Like, they screw your contract and head to Raw. It was awesome. So you had to keep your top contenders happy. You had your normal titles, although I wish ECW eventually would have more titles. And I kind of wish they would have let you have more people on the roster. You could only have 20 people on the roster. Now, 20 people on a roster, with the roster that they had, I think, which was like 50 people. Which was like 20 on one, 20 on one, 10 on another. But once you start creating wrestlers and stuff like that, like, I created like 10 wrestlers. So it's like, I got to the point where when I was playing as ECW, my brand was full. I started off with like 9 or 10 people. And then I had like a full brand by the end of creative people. And, creative people come in at 20 superstar points and they have to work their way up. So you would give them, you would work them hard. Like, you'd give them website interviews and, charity events and stuff. And you'd work these young bucks hard, just like the normal WWE does, which is really cool. And you'd try to, you could either simulate the matches or play the matches. And if you really wanted somebody to win or retain the title, you had to play the match to make sure they retained the title. So it made the game really enjoyable for me. I loved creating superstars. Like on my ECW, I had like Ezekiel Jackson, Drew McIntyre, Dolph Ziggler, Christian, who wasn't in the games in 2008. I'm trying to think of other people. I just for the block, I made Rob Terry, because he was easy to make and I needed another buff guy to feud with Ezekiel Jackson. So I made Rob Terry. He was actually really easy to make. It was really funny. And there were just, there were other people that I made. I think Kofi Kingston, who wasn't in the games at the time. So, that game was actually really good. And the general manager mode is what really made the game. As things have kind of progressed in these games, I've noticed I've only played Smackdown vs. Raw 2010 once. And I really didn't like it all that much. I have 2009. And it's okay, but it kind of lacks, the Road to WrestleMania mode's nice. But I really wish they had the general manager mode still. I got a kick out of it, and I loved it. So, if you haven't checked out the general manager mode in Smackdown vs. Raw 2008, you need to. It's actually really fun. I don't care if you rent it and check it out. Just you need to check it out. Alright, next we're going to go to Cena's new movie, Legendary. It actually looks kind of interesting. Now, I'm not saying the acting's going to be good. I'm not saying the story's going to be good. I'm just saying it looks interesting. And John Cena, I can't look at a screen, see John Cena, and not think John Cena. He's not believable as an actor. So, even Kurt Angle praised John Cena for being in a movie that actually accentuated, the real wrestling arena. which is fine by me. Real wrestling, I have a cousin who was big into real wrestling, and you know, it's a great sport. It's an actual sport. It's not sports entertainment, it's an actual sport. So, you know, watching John Cena in this movie, if I even watch it, will be hard. But if it has a good story and the actors are decent besides Cena, I might be able to. Like, the Marine was okay. The story was okay. Just John Cena was just not that, by the end, he wasn't that believable. And I just couldn't get into it. So, the Marine wasn't that bad, and it wasn't put together bad. It was just John Cena, as normal. So, that's about it. I mean, that's only for me seeing the trailer. I mean, you know, John Cena in prison was kind of nice. I wish he would go to prison for a couple months. But, you know, he just got married. Go bang your wife for a while, for crying out loud. Get off the road. Alright, and the final in my triple threat thought is how The Miz should cash in his Money in the Bank from this point. Alright, first off, I think Sheamus needs to keep the title, and I actually posted this on WrestlingRevolution.com. That's what gave me this idea. So, you know, if you check out WrestlingRevolution.com on the forums, you can check out other people's ideas on how The Miz should cash in. Sheamus should keep the title for a while, like till Survivor Series. Triple H should come back and win the title at Survivor Series. This is just my opinion. You know, he'll get his, what is he, 14th, I think, 15th reign now? I don't know. He's trying to get up there with Flair, that's all I know. So, Triple H would come back and then feud with Sheamus for a month at Survivor Series, win the title. The next night on Raw, he would goat Miz into cashing in his Money in the Bank at TLC. So Miz will do it, just like RVD cashed it in for the first one night stand or second one night stand, whatever it was. Then the Miz would cash in for TLC, and it would be Triple H versus Miz in a chairs match. Then, you know, they have this great match. They got to give this match time. They have to put over Miz up until this point. You cannot kind of make him in between. He has got to be put over. Miz and Triple H have this great match. You know, a chairs match. The chair's legal, so they can both use chairs, just like Batista Undertaker. And then, you know, in the end, just like a WrestleMania moment, you have the Miz just beat the mess out of Triple H with the chair. Just floor him. I don't care. Take the PG Act, throw it out the window. Take the Anti-Chair Act, throw it out the window. You know, just beat him on the back like Austin did to The Rock. You know, beat his legs, beat his back, just make him go crazy. Then get him up, hit the skull-crushing finale on the chair, and pin him for the 1, 2, 3. Decisive victory. The chair's legal. Miz looks strong. No interference. No nothing. Then you have Miz as your WWE champion, and give him a reign until, like, WrestleMania or Royal Rumble. Actually, I think Royal Rumble's the next month, so no. Like, you know, I guess, what's after that? Oh, Elimination Chamber. You know, or something. I think you should take The Miz to WrestleMania, honestly. I think he would put on a good show at WrestleMania. So, anyway, that's just my thoughts. Everybody, please, leave your thoughts in the comment box. I'm way open to other opinions. Check out WrestlingRevolution.com. Check out the forum. You know, leave your opinions on some of these topics. I'm Grumpy Cheeto, and hot damn.
Some things are exactly what they seem. I will define the things you dream.